Jembatan Merah, or the Red Bridge, was the site of the war between the natives and the invaders. It was the witness of the bloody war between the two sides. That was the one that inspired the naming of the bridge. The bridge spans over the Kalimas River. For the people of Surabaya, the bridge is legendary because it keeps a story of the people's past struggle. The bridge is hundreds of years old. It was originally constructed from wood, coming from an agreement between Pakubuwono II and VOC. The agreement was signed on November 11, 1743. Today, the site has become an important commercial area. It is actually a connecting road between Kalimas and the Surabaya residential building. It has been playing an important role for a long time. It was established to make it easy for the government to monitor the surrounding areas. While it was originally made from wood, the restoration was conducted in the 1890s. The original structure was replaced with iron. There is a tragic story behind the construction of the bridge. It was the place where A.W.S. Malaby and all his troops were killed by the local people. In 1945, Malaby was killed in a car blown up by natives in the Red Bridge area. Besides being considered a historical place, Jembatan Merah is also considered an urban legend in Indonesia. That's because of the bloodshed that happened at the Red Bridge in the past, giving rise to mystical stories from the society because of the assumption that many spirits still roam around there. Reputedly, it was named Jembatan Merah because at the beginning of the construction of the bridge, it was red. There are also some people who say it was because of the splash of blood of the combatant who fought the troop in the bridge area. The river water was red, like a sea of blood. Mystical stories begin to evolve over time. Some people believe if you walk along the bridge that connects Jalan Rajawali and Jalan Kembang Jepun at night, you will smell the resin blood when you take a deep breath of the night air. Moreover, many passerby claim that they heard voices calling for help when crossing this bridge, and also saw the appearance of a figure who had lost some of his limbs.
Greetings everyone, my name is Sonia Pandu Fiorella and my friend
Jennifer Angelina.
Where are we now, Jenny?
Good question, Sonia. We are not at Jembatan Merah, Surabaya. We are here to investigate how the ambience was around here in the past and now.
Yes, because as you can see, Jembatan Merah was known for its dark tales which later made the ambience around here was scary. But now, with the help of vendors nearby which are helping to lighten up the ambience around here. That's right, so without further ado, let's ask the people around here regarding their opinion about Jembatan Merah then first now.
Mr. Supono is one of the florists that is selling his plants near Jembatan Merah. He was one of the first sellers to open his stall around here, and that then inspired other people to open florist stall like him too around here. He is very aware of the mystical stories around here and happened to experience it years ago when he started opening his business here. He saw a beautiful woman nearby and decided to follow her, but the woman suddenly vanished without a trace. He also experienced one too when he was watering his plants. Something appeared in front of him and he accidentally sprayed it with water that was used to water his plants. He then said that aside from ghosts, there were many criminals around Red Bridge when this area was quiet. So, there were not many people walking around here during night because of the criminals and the mystical stories. He also added that the old building near Jembatan Merah makes the ambience scary too. But with the help of the sellers nearby now that have started to open their businesses here, this place is not as scary as it was in the past.
Selamat siang Pak, dengan Bapak siapa?
Bapak Jamaluddin.
Oh iya, perkenalkan saya Sonya dari Universitas Erlangga.
Ya.
Mau nanya-nanya sedikit nih tentang Jembatan Merah.
Tahu sedikit lah. Kalau dulu itu jembatan merah bekasnya perang 45
Oh
gitu
iya.
loh.
Terus kan,
Sampai ke situ ke Raja Wali itu.
oh iya.
Ini kan tempat museum semua.
Oh iya. Terus kan kata orang-orang ya Pak ya, Jembatan Merah ini kan lumayan angker gitu ya. Soalnya dulu jadi TKP-nya meninggalnya AWS Malabi. Terus menurut Bapak kira-kira itu benar nggak atau ada faktor lainnya?
Ya benar itu. Kata orang dulu benar. Karena orang meninggal itu benar.
Oh iya.
Iya.
Apakah dari dulu itu Jembatan Merahnya seperti itu? Apa ada bangunan-bangunan sebelum Jembatan Merah?
Kalau dulu bangun lawas semua itu.
Oh iya.
Iya. Sekarang kan sudah banyak di variasi semua.
Oh iya.
Kalau hotel lebih itu dulu nggak ada.
Oh iya.
Ya.
Terus apakah Bapak pernah melihat secara langsung penampakan yang diomongin sama
Enggak.
orang-orang?
Enggak.
Oh iya, berarti cuma dengar-dengar dari
Iya,
orang gitu ya Pak ya,
dengar-dengar
kalau
tahu,
angker
iya.
ya. Oh,
Ini
iya.
kalau dulu kalau bulan 10 itu kan ada ulang tahunnya sini.
Oh,
Gitu
iya.
loh. Banyak orang nyekar-nyekar itu loh bawa kembang.
Di jembatannya situ
Iya.
Pak?
Iya di
Oh,
jembatan itu.
Berarti kayak semacam naruh sesajen gitu ya Pak ya?
Iya.
Oh iya baik. Terus buat pertanyaan yang terakhir, menurut Bapak ini kan sekarang udah rame ya, walaupun
Iya.
banyak bangunan lama tapi udah banyak penjual gitu.
Iya.
Terus lalu lintasnya juga lumayan rame. Menurut Bapak apakah itu membuat jembatan lebih baik dalam artian udah nggak seangker yang dulu, apa tetap aja
Ya,
atau
Mas.
gimana?
Lebih baik sekarang lah jembatannya. Gitu loh.
Oh iya. Baik Pak, terima kasih atas
Ya,
waktunya
sama-sama.
Pak. Ya, mari.
Aku sering lihat itu buaya putih, sering lihat di sana Mbak. Kalau kalau aduh tuh, kalau bulan apa gitu Mbak, pasti keluar buaya putih itu. Tapi nggak boleh dibunuh Mbak, kata orang. Yang jaga,
Siluman berarti ya?
ya yang jaga sana katanya buaya putih. Masih sekarang masih ada katanya, orang sering kelihatan Mbak, buaya putih.
Itu berarti ada waktu-waktu tertentu
Iya,
ya?
kayak-
Nggak setiap hari?
Enggak, kayak bulan apa gitu, kayak anu itu pasti keluar itu.
Oh iya.
Di sebelahnya anu itu Mbak, ada makhluk besar di tempatnya perapatan jalan. Kalau lihat sana, kalau malam Jumat lagi atau Jumat Kliwon gitu Pak, pasti kelihatan orangnya Mbak, tinggi besar. Kalau malam aku nggak berani jalan-jalan ke sini Pak gitu.
Iya, ini kalau ini siang kan rame gini ya Pak
Iya.
ya? Kalau malam apa sama rame gini apa langsung jadi sepi gitu Pak?
Kalau masih ada kia-kia
Ya.
rame Mbak. Kalau nggak ada kia ya agak sepi lah.
Oh, berarti ini kia-kia jadi faktor ini
Iya,
lebih
rame
gitu ya, Pak,
kan.
ya?
Kalau malam banyak orang makan di sini Mbak.
Oh iya.
Kalau dulu belum ada kia ya sepi Mbak. Apalagi ada terminalnya itu.
Oh,
Kalau di sini nih anu agak sepi lah, takut lah kalau jalan-jalan mah.
kira-kira terminalnya berubah jadi taman tahun berapa Pak? Tahu nggak?
Aduh, lupa itu.
2000-an atau sebelum 2000?
Oh, lebih Mbak. Lebih kalau tahun pokok tahun nggak sampai 2000-an itu Pak. Itu dibongkar anu jadi
Dibongkar
iya,
jadi taman
dipindah
gitu ya?
yang dipindah ke tempat lain.
Oh iya.
If you want to know more about the bridge, you have to pay a visit to this place. The Red Bridge is easily accessible from anywhere. It may not as big as the London Bridge, but it does not mean that it's not worth to visit. There are other attractions located around Jembatan Merah, one of which is the International Building, the Art Deco styled building that will get you inspired. In the southeast, you will find Kemang Jepun Street, which will remind you of Chinatown. Last but not least, it's true that Jembatan Merah was scary. Even some of people experience it, seeing ghosts around Jembatan Merah or heard their relatives experience it. But now, Jembatan Merah is very much look alive with the help of the florists nearby and other sellers, which are making the ambience around there to be better than in the past.